What's up, guys? Nate the Boss here, back with another video. And today, I'm going to be making a video about some news coming out of Green Bay. Jaire Alexander suspended for 1 game. And I don't really make Packer news videos, but I think this one really, really infuriated me a lot. I think it really infuriated me a lot. So the reason why Jaire Alexander is suspended for 1 game is because he went out for the coin toss and he wasn't a captain. And what I read in the ESPN article was just kind of some wishy-washy bullshit. Like, oh, we got to put the team, he's got to put the team first. And I feel like Jaire Alexander just kind of made a mental gaffe. I think he really made a mental gaffe. And then Matt LaFleur and Biden Gutekunst are always just making up some wishy-washy excuse. And I feel like Jaire probably doesn't want to play for Joe Barry anymore. Because I think literally everyone in Packer who, unless you live under a rock, you know how bad Joe Barry is. And Jaire probably is the last person who wants to play for a shitty-ass defensive coordinator. And I feel like they just came up with some bullshit excuse to suspend him for one of the most important games of the year. And you're in the midst of a playoff push, and you control your own destiny, pretty much, if Seattle or LA loses one of their last 2 games. So, I mean, a playoff push is very, very likely, but you had to sell it. The Packers just sold the game basically right there. And I have to admit it, before multiple days before the game even starts, because Jaire is the only guy who can guard Justin Jefferson. And with the shitty ass defense that Joe Barry dials up, I think they're going to let Justin Jefferson break the single game receiving yard record. He's probably going to have 350 yards and probably 6 touchdowns. Okay, that sounds like a little bit of an exaggeration, but I think, how bad the Packers defense has been these last 3 weeks. I mean, you just beat 2 of the better teams in all of football, and then you just went to absolute shit. I don't know if I feel like Joe Barry was just so complacent or what. But that cannot happen. That can't happen. Especially right now. And I am just furious with the Packers organization about this, because I think I don't know if I said it or not, but you had to suspend him at the worst possible time. And I didn't even know that was a suspendable offense. I mean, I kind of understand the rationale about what they said, but I feel like that was so wishy-washy. I think at the most you should have slapped him with like a minuscule fine. That's what should have happened at bare minimum. I think the Packers are just intentionally shooting themselves in the foot time and time again, because that is what they've done ever since they won Super Bowl 45. And I said it in my Packers and Bucks rant, because this is what Green Bay does every single time you expect something from them. They let you down. And this is one of those times where they let you down, is they suspend their best cornerback at the worst possible time when you're going up against one of the best receivers, if not the best receiver in all of football. That cannot happen. That can't happen. So I think that's kind of delivering a message, like Joe Barry's sticking around and you're going to like it. I mean, I feel like that should be a wake-up call to Biden Gutekunst, because I think Matt LaFleur is sabotaging this defense. Because I think I've said it before, this defense has a crazy amount of talent, and they are, all caps, underperforming. They are underperforming. And with all that talent, there should be no excuse to letting up career days to Baker Mayfield and Bryce Young, out of all people. and Tommy DeVito, for all I know. That is inexcusable. That is those actions by Gutekunst, and I'm sure LaFleur had a little bit of a say in it too. Those are contemptible. Those are contemptible. I might as well just admit it now, because I think one of the ways we win this game is we shut down Jay Jettas. Man, that just can't happen. But otherwise, I don't know really anything else about the Packers right now in terms of injuries. I can't really tell much about that, but the main purpose was just to kind of vent about my frustrations with this organization and how they handled this mistake. And okay, this was Jaire's first game back in a month and a half. So, you should give him a break. And this is making me really, really frustrated, because I don't want to be sitting back at home and just watching another 7 teams besides the Packers in the playoffs. I don't want to see that happen this year. So, I think there was one more thing. But I don't know if I said it or not, but that delivers a message like, if they're suspending their best players for not playing for Joe Barry, then you know what? We're going to suspend your ass, because you don't deserve to be on this team if you're going to hate on our coaching staff. Well, you know what? Maybe LaFleur should take this as a wake-up call, and maybe, you know what? I think, all right, here we go. Fire Joe Barry. I put it on as a hashtag on my Instagram page now. Hashtag fire Joe Barry. I think if we somehow win, I still won't be happy. I'll be happy. I've been reading Instagram comments on Packer related posts, and at least every single one of them has fire Joe Barry on them. And I just can't wait for that day where it says the Green Bay Packers have fired Joe Barry. I'm like, thank God. He is the worst defensive coordinator in all of football. So that's all I got in this video, guys. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoy it. Like and subscribe. Go Pack, go.